Oh, yeah. Five-star. LSU. I said, they ain't ready for the LSU. No, they ain't ready for the LSU, huh? They ain't ready for the LSU. No, they ain't ready for the LSU. We the best in the league if you looking for talent. LSU going hard, but we beat Alabama, then we going out to Florida. Drown the Gators, everybody getting bucked when we step in the stadium. This is the LSU anthem, you know it's a hit. You don't know another rapper two-step like this. See me screaming out the window, yelling purple and gold. I'm an LSU fan, girl, you know how we roll now. Back and back it on up. Hey, back and back it on up. Hey, back and back it on up. Hey, back and back it on up. Hey.
T.A. What's up?
We live. We got our man Gant in here. We got Miles with us too from the Balcony Bengals. It's Friends Friday, fellas. What's up, guys? How y'all feeling?
We're good. We're just hoping LSU will come back from this one-run deficit.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a tight ball game so far. I don't know if y'all saw after that last inning from Mr. Preston Johnson, gave the Tigers a little bit of a stare down. Don't appreciate it. I'm hoping that LSU will make him pay for that. Just saying. So let's get right into it, guys. I mean, that's what we're going to open up with here. We're gonna hit the baseball. Gant, as always, it looks like Zach is having internet problems. So there's nothing new here in the avenue. Nothing new there. You may come back in here. We're gonna get right into it, man. We're gonna talk about some baseball. Then we're gonna hit some spring football. Maybe y'all have some. Maybe since y'all are a little bit closer to LSU and whatnot, you got a little bit more info. Maybe, I don't know. And then at the end, we'll just do some Q&A, some Tell Me TA, and we'll just have a good time. Looking forward to it. Zach, give me your thoughts so far on the baseball game. What's it been looking like from your end?
So I just got back from work, so I haven't been able to watch all of it. But I got to say, I'm not a fan of the shift there in that situation. With a hitter like that, I think you just leave the normal fielding position out there. And so, I mean, he hit right where the shift wasn't. I mean, it would have been grounded by the shortstop. The shortstop could have made a double play, inning over. But you have a wide open gap. He hits it in that gap. They score two. And unfortunately, they have the lead right now. McHale's been pitching, though, pretty good. Start the game. Curveball's working for him. So I'm hoping, the offense get going because through 6 innings, we haven't seen much.
Yeah, no doubt. We've been struggling a little bit at the plate. Give it to Preston Johnson. He has pitched a pretty good game. We've had situations where we could have capitalized, no doubt about it. And we just haven't capitalized on those moments when we've had scores and runners in scoring position. And I mean, we had them early on. I mean, I think to the first 4 innings, we had them litter all over the bases. So we need to capitalize more. Now that they've gone to the bullpen, maybe we can capitalize on the new guy Hunt here. Yeah. Gant, what you been seeing? What you like? What you don't like so far about tonight's game?
It's kind of the same story it's been all season. I think the clutch hitting has definitely been missing from the game. And hopefully this guy that got in right now has got 10.8 ERA. So that'll be hits off of him.
Yeah, no doubt. Hopefully we can. I mean, 10 ERA. You think that the Tigers with the lineup that they have can get a little hitting going. I wanted to hit on the shift a little bit as well. I have never liked shifts in baseball. Never. I get the purpose of it. I get it, right? I mean, if you know statistically this guy hits here or whatever, he's a pull hitter, and I get it. But a lot of times you end up putting yourself in a situation where you could have done something better if you weren't in the shift. And that's exactly what Zach was talking about there. You could have got a double play and been out of the inning. And there was another play, I can't remember with the shift, but it cost us. I think it wasn't when they scored, but there was another time when we could have turned a double play as well earlier in the game, and we only got the one out because of it. So I just I don't like the shift. I think there's better ways to do it. I mean, if you just play regular in some of those, maybe it's not 2-1. But I agree. I think Mikhail's been fantastic tonight. Really, our offense has been lacking tonight, and I think if you clutch up in a few situations, I mean, we're in this ball game clearly. And we're not out of it, obviously. I mean, we got a guy on first base now, no outs. Looks like, did he hit him? I think he hit him, right? Was it hit by pitch there? Walked him. Okay. But, I mean, we have the batters in the lineup to do what we need to do. But what do y'all think about the outfield tonight? Little different. Any word on Gavin Dugas and that situation?
I saw the lineup. The first line they put out, he was in it. They had like D. Cruz was leading off. It was a totally different lineup. And then all of a sudden they came out with the new lineup with him out of it. So I don't know if he's sick or hurt, or I don't know what happened, unless maybe different state might change their pitching idea and LSU switched the lineup last second. But yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Reagan, if you remember in our last podcast, I actually mentioned them potentially sitting Dugas because we know Dugas can hit based on last year. We know he is a great hitter, but it seems like he's been kind of in a slump right now. And I mentioned on the last podcast, maybe what they need to do is, put him on the bench for a little bit, so he can kind of fumigate on that and want to get back at it and work better to get out of the slump. So maybe there's a little bit of that, but it seems because he was in the lineup previously, maybe there was a small injury. We haven't been told or heard anything or a sickness. He was out of the lineup, I think, earlier in the year due to a sickness. So that's definitely interesting.
Looks like we got some comments in here, Zach, if you'll throw them up. It looks like AYS is in here. Danny Girl's in here. Intro fire. Man, that's all Zach, man. The intro, it stays lit. You know how we do it around here, man. 5-star help us out with that right there. I choose y'all over the rest of the game tonight. What's the score now? It's still 2-1. It's been a slow night for sure, no doubt. Hopefully, we can entertain you a little bit more on the show. So we'll keep y'all updated for the game, throughout the rest of the night until it ends or we close the show. AYS says I fought people for less than that stare down. Yeah, no kidding. It wasn't. I don't even know if it was just a stare down at the beginning when he ended that. When he hit that pitch, he screamed and said something over to the dugout, then kind of walked slow back to the dugout with a stare down. And those type of things really irk me, and I can't let it go sometimes. And I really wanted to see us just mash the ball now. Zach Efron, your boy band doesn't pay enough for your quality internet. What? I didn't know Zach Efron was in a boy band. I didn't know that was a thing.
Look, I've been called Zach Efron. I've been told I'm in a boy band. I've been called Shorty. Now I'm the tech guy for AYS. So I mean, this just all kinds of stuff right now is going on for me. So
bring Goatman on. Goatman.
We won't say his real name because it hasn't been. Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
Goatman's head.
Goatman decapitated.
Goatman.
He's been caught.
Oh no!
Guys, we've been trying to get Gant on here for quite some time. It's been a struggle, Gant. We're really glad to finally get you on here, man. We've been trying this for a while now, but we were really happy to get you on here, and hopefully we can tee it up for you, baby. Tee it up.
All gets away. Pearson advances to second.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we can get some more going here. With the whole Dugas thing, I like Dugas in the lineup. I do. I just feel like that there's going to be some point in the season that Dugas turns it on. I mean, we know he's got it, right? And I feel like the SEC overall, when it comes to pitching, is not as elite as it was last year. So I really, really got to think that some point in the season that Gavin is going to turn it on. Maybe somebody can give us a little update with that. situation. Maybe somebody knows. So what you don't
Yeah,
know about Gavin, but
they just showed on the TV like he had a brace or a sling on TV in the dugout,
he's got a sling on.
Oh boy.
Maybe did something in pregame. Hopefully
possibly. Yeah.
not. Oh, our boy Beloso got in the game the other night. What do you make of that, Gant?
It's interesting. I guess I don't know if he's healed from his injury or if he's going to pull a Tim Elko from last year.
That'd be nuts.
I don't know, but I mean, Beloso definitely was really good his freshman year. He's had some rough patches, but I think he brings a good, solid leader to the team. If he can get some at bats, that's definitely going to help out a lot.
No question. So what with the defense struggling, Gant, so far this season, we're seeing Thompson back at shortstop all of a sudden, and Doty's back at second. Honestly, I would like to see Doty at third. I think that's where he's best. What in your mind is your ideal lineup considering how this season has gone so far?
Yeah, it's definitely been shocking. I mean, coming into the year, I thought Jordan Thompson would be like all SEC, all American shortstop. He played well there last year. I know he had an injury coming into the season. He missed like 4 weeks of practice. And I don't know if he just hasn't called back up to speed or not, but he looks just a step behind on a lot of plays. And I think he's your guy at shortstop because of the arm and some of the playmaking abilities. But it hasn't been all there. And I think, like you said, I think Doty's more of a third baseman. But it's kind of hard when you start moving guys around. Like, what do you do with everybody else, as far as Barry and then some of the outfielders and stuff like that. So it's definitely something Johnson's got to figure out. And he's got to do it quick because, I don't know, the defense just doesn't seem to be making plays.
No doubt. I have mentioned this several times, and I've yet to see it. And you can give me your thoughts on this. We heard a lot of Joe Bear being in right field. We heard a lot of it in preseason, in exhibition games. I feel like I heard about Joe Bear being in right field a lot. Now, I may be mistaken. I may be dreaming that. But I feel like Joe Bear has played some right field in our offseason. And I would love to see the lineup because we understand that Barry's a little bit of a liability out in right field, so we don't want to put him out there. And at third base, he's okay. I mean, he's good. He's an okay third baseman defensively, but you can't take his bat out of the lineup. So my thought on it is, and this is my personal opinion, is playing Joe Bear out and right and DHing Barry because his defense, he's not an elite defensive player. And I would move Doty over to third, and I would put Bianco at second. I mean, Bianco is great wherever he's at defensively. He played – last year when we were struggling with Zach Arnold, Will Safford, we couldn't figure it out. They were kicking balls around. Drew Bianco brought a steady hand out there. I mean, his bat isn't the best, but right now, Gio and Pearson, that's a freshman and a guy who doesn't hit that much better in Gio than Bianco does. And I feel like that would be a better defensive lineup, but we just haven't seen Joe Barron right. So am I dreaming that, guys? Did we hear about Joe Barron right?
I'm pretty sure we did. I think before the season, we were hanging out with some of the guys and we kind of asking about the lineup. And I think I remember them saying, "Oh yeah, Joe Barron being right. He rakes." I just remember somebody saying that. And then all of a sudden he's just strictly DH and Barry's kind of in the field. And I don't know if that's to try to help get Barry's stock up or what, but I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
Another situation here. The shift is on here, and the shift didn't hurt you there in that play that just happened. Ball went down the line, double to lead off for State. But man, I don't know what to make of this baseball team sometimes. I really don't. You go into Florida, which maybe Florida was a little bit overrated, but I'm pretty sure they beat Arkansas tonight. Maybe Florida's a little bit overrated, but that was a huge win. And then you go and you lose at home to Auburn. Gant, if we want to be honest, this is nowhere near what we expected. This is not the expectation, not even close. So maybe Gant, did we buy into a little bit too much hype? Because honestly, this team isn't too different from last year's team. And in reality, our pitching staff from a starter, a weekend rotation standpoint was better last year. So maybe did we buy into the new coach, offensive mind a little bit too much? And we thought of something that really wasn't there. And really, this is the same team besides Jacob Berry and Joe Bear.
It seems a lot like it. I mean, coming into the season, I feel like I told everybody that I could tell it. This team's going, you got to host a super regional going to Omaha. No doubt. I think a lot of Tiger fans thought that as well. You can see ticket sales. There was no tickets available. And it's definitely been a little upsetting, to say the least, coming into the season. And, I mean, the averages are up, but I just feel like the clutch hitting is just not there. And then the defense, I thought we'd see a lot more fire out the guys. Like, we saw a lot of that in the Florida series, but outside of those couple of games, it's been pretty flat as far as emotion. Kind of like same old Maneri teams. I don't know if it's just a thing with this team where I don't know. I mean, some of these guys have been the best players on their respective teams coming up, and they haven't had to grind for things, and they got to start grinding because you're 20-9, 4-5 in the SEC, and you're looking to lose another Friday night game. It's definitely tough.
Yeah. We have Arkansas and Fayetteville next weekend, right? Zach, I mean, what do you make of this team going forward? I mean, what needs to happen?
Well, I think it's a lot of the same situations, the same problems that we've already talked about and discussed a lot. Luckily, like tonight, the fielding has looked good. You don't have any errors on the night so far. We hope that continues. And from the stat that we released with AYS, LSU has performed well whenever they have only given up an error or less. 13-2 on the year when they've only booted the ball around once or no times at all. And this was a series that I did not expect LSU to win because obviously coming off of last year, Mississippi State, of course, won the Natty, and so it's in Duty Noble. Like, I didn't expect LSU to win this series. I expect them to maybe get one out of this, but the series that I expected them to win, was Auburn. I expected them to get that win there. I expected them to beat. I'm going blank. Who's the team we played first?
A&M.
A&M. I expected LSU to beat A&M at home. And you've lost both of your home series, and that's two of those series that I was counting for LSU. And so, and then it only gets worse. You got to go to Fayetteville next weekend. You still got to go to Nashville. You still got to host Ole Miss at home. So thank goodness LSU doesn't draw Tennessee this year because, man, that would be brutal. Which, by the way, LSU now – Hilliard's going to have to work out of a jam here, it looks like, or they're going to have to bring in somebody. It looks like they're warming up Raiselman. 2 on, first and third, no outs. You definitely got to salvage what you can here or try to get out of this jam. It looks like they are going to make the change. Jay Johnson's going out there. So, I don't know, Reagan.
I don't know if y'all saw or not, but Auburn did beat Vanderbilt tonight. I'm telling y'all, Auburn is a better team than what people are making them out to be.
They are, yeah.
They're a good team. I mean, man, who expected Tennessee? I did not. I mean, holy cow. You lost 2 of your 3 starters last year in Tennessee in their rotation. You had a left fielder from last year playing catcher. You lost another your shortstop last year at Tennessee. Nobody. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have a new shortstop, catcher, second baseman. 2 of their 3 weekend guys are different, but man, they are. I mean, they're off to one of the best SEC starts in history. They are. If they win tonight, they will tie for the best SEC start in history. So, that is something I definitely didn't expect at all. Gant, what did you think about the move tonight to give Hilliard the ball first?
We liked that. I think a lot of guys in the group chat we were talking, we liked the idea to give Hilliard the ball. And obviously it's paid off. I mean, only 2 runs at least so far through 6 innings of work. I think he mixes it up a lot. He's got a lot of different pitches. But you don't get more than one run. It's tough for anybody to do anything on Friday night.
No doubt. Zach, what was your thoughts on the start for Mikhail tonight?
Well, Mikhail has pitched really well here recently. He's been very dominant, especially in his last 2 outings. And you need a guy that's dominant and ace-like in a Friday night starter. And so I think Mikhail's been the most consistent here recently with these starting pitchers that we've used. And so I think that's probably why, Jay put him out there on tonight, Friday night game. So, and like Dan said, I mean, so far has looked good. I mean, he's gotten touched here a little bit here as of late, but we know when it gets around that 5th, 6th, 7th inning, he starts to get tired. That pitch count gets up, and he's not able to land that curveball. And then pitchers or hitters, are able to sit on fastball on him when he's not able to land it. But LSU offense in this game, they just got to get going. LSU offense has got to get going. They only have 2 hits on the game so far. That's been your problem. It hasn't been fielding. It hasn't really even been pitching. LSU has to start hitting the baseball.
No doubt about it. We'll see how this game plays out for the rest of the night, and we will continue to give y'all updates. Raiselman is entering the game for State. Runners on the corners, no outs in the bottom of the 7th. It is 2-1, and that's where we currently sit. But we'll keep y'all updated for the rest of the night. I'll give my thoughts on that on Mikhail, and then we'll move forward here to talk about some spring football. And some of the thoughts on Brian Kelly's comments today are a little bit controversial. We'll hit on that a little bit as well. I liked the Mikhail move tonight. He is your only pitcher that's 3-0 in SEC play. And in reality, if you look at it, we have yet to win the opening game of an SEC series. We lost the Florida opening game. We won the next 2, but we have yet to win an opening game in an SEC series. And the statistics are simple, right? He's 3-0 in the SEC. You haven't won the first one yet in the series yet. Put him out there, see what happens. Yeah. Obviously, he would not get the win tonight if we pulled this out. But I think that was the thought behind the move tonight. All right, let's move forward from the diamond here, and let's talk some LSU spring football. Let's go ahead and hit on those comments first. Gant, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. Brian Kelly did an interview. Maybe y'all can tell me with who it was today. I can't remember, but I went and read some of his comments. And people, Notre Dame fans specifically, and some people other than Notre Dame fans are upset about his comments, don't like his comments about his time at Notre Dame and his reflecting on his time at Notre Dame and what he has now at LSU. Yeah. If you've seen that, Gant, tell me what you thought about the reaction of his comments and what you think about his comments.
Yeah, I think he just was kind of saying that he's glad to be at a place where he has like the resources to win a national championship. I think that's kind of what he was along the lines of. But yeah,
exactly.
I caught a little bit of it on Twitter. I think I saw. I mean, I think he's just going based off the lines of playing the SEC and being able to recruit guys to a place like LSU. I've never been to South Bend, but I hear some things about it. It's just kind of a boring place to be. And LSU is a definitely easy place to recruit guys to come to. It's a huge brand. Don't get me wrong, Notre Dame is a huge brand as well. But playing in the SEC and I guess the best competition in the world, and the brand speaks for itself when you got DBU, wide receiver U, all that. So I think it's what he means by that. It's just easier to get guys to come here.
No doubt. Zach, what were your thoughts on it?
So for me, Reagan, this is pretty simple. We know it's just easier to recruit in Louisiana, right? You can drive 60 minutes and go and recruit top talent in the country. So, for me, it's not really a big deal. I understand why people are taking it that way because it seems, like he's throwing Notre Dame under the bus. I don't think he's throwing Notre Dame under the bus. I'm sure he still loves his time at Notre Dame, respects the people that are at Notre Dame. But Brian Kelly just realized the situation that he was not going to be able to recruit within the state at Notre Dame. And that's just facts. That's not an opinion. That's
Yeah.
not his philosophy. That's just fact. He had to go out and he had to recruit nationally, and that's why he made the statements that he made. He's saying, "Hey, it's easier on me now. All I've got to do is recruit the state, and we're going to compete at a high level." Like, that's all he's saying. And I don't think he intentionally wants to throw Notre Dame under the bus, and I don't think that is what he is doing. But it's just obvious that you're going to be able to recruit Louisiana, and you're going to be able to compete for national championships. If recruiting at Notre Dame is very hard, it's very difficult. You know that based on what Brian Kelly had to do and the extremes that he had to go to in order to recruit and get the classes that he got, right? And I think it's an amazing job by him for recruiting at the level that he did at Notre Dame. I mean, people don't want to go to Notre Dame. There's nothing there. It's cold. And if we have any Notre Dame fans watching, I'm sure they'll disagree. But, I mean, that's just the reality of Notre Dame. There's a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of rules and regulations that the players have to abide by. So, like,
Academics.
I don't think Brian Kelly, his statements were undermining his time at Notre Dame or undermining the situation there. Like, that's just what he had to deal with. And he realized, once he got offered the LSU job, man, I can go there and I can finally win a championship. I can go there and I can get the guys that I'm losing to whenever I go up and face, a team like Alabama, a team like Ohio State, a team like LSU, a team like Clemson. Like, it's a lot easier for me to go to LSU and to recruit those guys and to be able to put myself in a position to win a championship than it was at Notre Dame. And not only is it easier, but it is less stressful on him. It's less stressful. If he stated himself, I'm not going to have to put in as much time recruiting because it's easier here. That's not him being lazy. Again, that's just a fact of the matter of recruiting in the South. So, I mean, I don't really take a lot from his comments. I just say he's right.
Yeah, no doubt. Quick update. Raiselman comes in and gets a strikeout. Cameron James, our hometown boy, Cameron James, old classmate of mine, is up to bat now. Runners on second and third, one out. Cameron, I hope that you're successful in your career, but right now I need you to strike out. I need you to strike out right now. I think y'all have hit on most of it with the comments. So one of the reporters I saw, I can't remember his name exactly. I think it was Pete Sampson or something like that. Was saying that it hit weird when he said, I don't have to spend as many hours recruiting at Notre Dame or at LSU, and he was putting it off as if Brian Kelly was going to be lazy now. He could be lazier now with recruiting, and that's not that's not true at all, right? He said in his statement, "I had to spend like weeks gone for recruiting," and that's a long time to be away as a head coach for recruiting. Weeks gone at a time. When at LSU you can drive not too far away down the road, right, and find the number one quarterback in the country in Walker Howard. And in another direction is Will Campbell, like one of the top offensive tackles in the country. And I know Alabama got these guys, but you had Anderson this year, and you had Shaz Preston this year, and you had Kendrick Law this year. I mean, surrounded with talent. And then this upcoming year, you have guys like Shelton Sampson, 5-star receiver, literally in Baton Rouge at Catholic High. Like, come on, guys. Like, quit being
Trey
ridiculous about this. Like, and they're acting like, oh, it's Brian Kelly's fault Notre Dame never won a championship. Maybe there's some truth to that, but the reality is Notre Dame hasn't won anything of significance since Lou Holtz was there in 1988. So give me a break. Give me a freaking break. This man has been at Notre Dame in the 21st century, but y'all ain't done nothing since 1988. So I don't want to hear that crap. Hey, big play at home plate. Big play at home plate. Ground ball. Throws the runner out at home. 2 outs for the Tigers. Let's freaking go.
Now finish it. Got to finish it.
Let's freaking go. Close the inning out. Close it out. But yeah, give me a break, guys. Like they haven't won anything. I think that what they won in 1988 was like the Fiesta Bowl, and supposedly it was considered the national championship or something like that year. Lou Holtz was coaching the team. Like, okay, you need to get over yourself, Notre Dame fans. Like, you have not been relevant in ages. And the only reason you think like Notre Dame is like this perennial program is because they had the TV deal with NBC, I think it was, for so many years. And now that everybody is on TV every single weekend, the SEC is the power of all conferences. Like, let's be honest here. It wasn't Brian Kelly that was holding him back from a national championship. It was clearly a talent difference between Notre Dame and the rest of everybody else. You cannot recruit like Alabama, like LSU, like Georgia, like Texas A&M, who has more 5 stars than some of the other conferences total. Like, let's use our common sense here, Notre Dame fans. You saw what happened. Notre Dame, and Brian Kelly is a great coach in the fact that he was able to recruit at Notre Dame to get them to the point where they're playing in BCS championships. They're in the playoffs. And then you saw the talent difference. That is why Notre Dame gets clapped every time there was a major talent difference. But Brian Kelly was an excellent coach that was able to coach teams to those playoffs, to those championships, and even put them in the situation, and then you play a major talent difference that you just cannot overcome. And now, on the cusp of the end of his career, right? He's 60 years old. He's got a 10-year contract. He's going to make a final push here at LSU with a talent-rich state, with all the resources he could ever want, and make a push to end his career with a national title. He's done everything in his career. He's won everywhere he's gone. The only thing he doesn't have is a national title. That's the reality of it, Notre Dame fans. Get over yourselves. Get over yourselves. It will be the same way with every stinking coach that comes into Notre Dame. You are not going to recruit guys from South Florida, from Louisiana, from Southern California to come to the armpit that is South Bend, Indiana, to freaking come play at such a high level when you have SEC West schools knocking at their door every single year. We've got to use our brains here, Notre Dame fans. This is just a career move, and it's very obvious the difference between the resources of LSU, the recruiting of LSU, and Notre Dame. He literally told you in the interview that Notre Dame was handing out pre-cooked meals. LSU has an entire dining hall facility. Are you kidding me? They were handing out pre-cooked meals at Notre Dame. Notre Dame has plenty of money to do better than that. So give me a freaking break. Anyways, I digress. Okay, I'll back down a little bit. That just irked me. I feel like I need to hear a Reagan sermon. Yeah. He gets so excited and loud. I bet he can bring the heat from the pulpit every now and then. Every now and then I can get a little excited. Amen. Amen. Look, man, let's see.
We got Brandon in here.
What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you letting Gant come on here.
Yeah, you can't hear anything because I got my headphones.
Yeah, I figured. So, Gant, enough of the Brian Kelly whatever crap. What have you been hearing about spring football? What do you like? Let me hear your thoughts so far.
I haven't been hearing too much. We don't talk to too many people. We've been real busy too with just stuff going on. But a lot of the Twitter talk. John Emery looks really good. I hear Greg Brooks looks really good. From what it seems like, it's more of like a well-run program now as far as just what's going on. That's kind of what we expected out of Brian Kelly to run like a Fortune 500 company. He's out there. It seems like things just run a lot smoother. And if you're not here, if you don't want to be here and be in it every second of the day, then you can go. You hear him talk about Keyshawn Boutte, and he's, I know his last name. He doesn't care who you are. Man. He doesn't care.
Love it.
You got to be there. It doesn't matter if you're injured or not. You need to be there with the team and be involved.
Absolutely. I love that mentality. I mean, that was a huge moment. I mean, I don't know if LSU fans realize the gravity of that moment. Kayshon Boutte is arguably the best wide receiver in the country coming into this next season. He could be that is a guy that is going to be in the running for the Biletnikoff. And next year he's going to be a first-round draft pick, probably a top 10 pick. Like that, yeah. The gravity of that statement shows how serious Brian Kelly is about accountability, about doing what you're supposed to do. I don't care if your name is freaking Kayshon Boutte. We're going to get things straight. And, man, I mean, the next practice, first spring practice, Boutte was out there with Brian Kelly on everything, talking to Brian Kelly, following him around. And you see him at every practice. And you love that. I mean, I absolutely love that. Some people may have been offended by that, but that shows the mentality that he has. Zach, I know you follow maybe some spring a little bit closer. Have you heard anything new? Any new recruiting updates? What have we seen so far? I also want to, before we get to Tell Me TA, I want to talk a little bit about basketball. We got some updates on basketball transfers and whatnot, and I want to get a little bit on that as well. And I want to get Gant's thoughts on the hire. Zach, what have you heard from spring football here lately?
So something pretty cool, Reagan, that me and you can kind of, I guess, be happy about. Xavier Hill is getting a lot of work at left guard. And I'm pretty sure he's running with the ones right now at left guard.
Shout out OB.
For our listeners that don't know, Olive Branch, Xavier Hill came from Olive Branch High School, the Conquistadors. I think I said that correct.
Yes, sir.
Did I say that correct?
Yes, the Conquistadors of Olive Branch.
So right down the road, literally right down the road, I mean, just east of here. So pretty cool to see Xavier Hill excelling there at that position. So some recruiting news. If y'all didn't know, 247 today, Crystal and Savon Banks.
Big.
LSU 100%.
Big time.
Yes, big time corner recruit coming out of Ohio State. The last time you got a recruit from Ohio State, it worked out pretty well. So
yeah.
Anyways, we've mentioned this in our shows before. It seems like they were not really satisfied with the cornerback position. Converse is there, but he's been nicked up a little bit. Seems like Mekhi Garner was kind of that next guy, but has a little bit of a ways to go from what we were hearing. And so now you get a guy in Savon Banks who, in his freshman season, I guess we got out of it. I missed it.
Yes, just to interrupt you real quick, Tigers get out of the inning, bases loaded, 3-2 count, 2 outs. Reiselman challenges across the plate and beats him, baby. Let's go.
Scream at the dugout. I'm like,
let's go.
I'm just now seeing the pitch.
Let's go.
You're like 2 pitches
at the dugout.
Everybody in here. So. We'll get a live reaction.
Yeah. Get a little live reaction. Oh, y'all a little bit behind? Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it.
It just threw the it's just now 3-2. So
yeah. Let's get the live action. Man, this is so exciting. I'm so glad y'all are a little behind. This is awesome.
It'll be a grand slam, boys.
Oh, he said it's gonna be a grand.
Maz, you're gonna have to give some more twisted teas after this, brother.
Let's see it, boy. Come on.
He definitely gave a little dugout yell.
Yeah. You love it. Let's go. Dang, they weren't as excited as I thought. I was expecting a reaction.
I kind of spoiled it,
Okay.
But
it's all good.
Yeah.
So Zach, I don't know if you remember where you were at in that comment, but you can go ahead and proceed. That was just a big moment. That was huge.
I think it's huge to get. Speaking of big moments, it seems very, very highly likely that Savon Banks is going to be an LSU Tiger.
That'd be awesome.
Crystal ball to LSU. So huge get for Brian Kelly. It's from what we've been hearing. He wanted to go after another corner, another DB, He's looking to go after a tight end for sure. They really wanted to get a tight end, and then another offensive lineman. So that also speaks to, even though they've gotten some guys, and there's been a lot of guys that have performed well in the spring, that they still are, I guess, not as confident there on the offensive line. So
Yep.
very interesting. Another thing that we've been hearing, Reagan, is that Miles Brennan, do not look over him. We mentioned and talked about this a little bit in the last podcast, but it seems like Miles Brennan is kind of the guy right now. It does.
Really?
He's looked really good. They're saying,
Love it.
it seems like Jaden Daniels has some things he needs to work out. He's got some progress that needs to be done. So, and I've heard some people that are predicting Miles Brennan to be the starter whenever I think T-Bob was the one that said he thinks Miles Brennan will be the starter on day one against Florida State. So, I know we discussed that a lot last week, but I'm going to reiterate that. I think this is huge because a lot of people, once you get the Jaden Daniels commit, a lot of people were assuming Jaden Daniels will be QB1. And it just goes to show that even though they brought in a guy who was a 3-year starter in the Pac-12, had really good experience, that doesn't mean that he's going to be automatically QB1. He's going to have to work for it. And Miles Brennan is doing a really good job of holding him off, it seems. And
That's
so
awesome.
very encouraging because as I mentioned on Monday, I believe, on the podcast, or Tuesday, because of the national championship, we went Tuesday. As I mentioned Tuesday night, I think it's best case scenario that these guys are pushing each other. I don't want to see somebody just come in and automatically get the job. I want to see both of these guys pushing each other, including Garrett Nussmeier. And obviously we can assume Walker Howard's going to get a red shirt, so he's probably out of the question. But, I want to see those three guys push each other. And so this just further proves that is going on, that this staff is continuing to work with these guys. And so very encouraged by that. Do I still think that Jaden Daniels, once he gets a full spring practice, full summer, fall practice in, that he's going to edge it out? Yeah, I do. But, exciting news nonetheless.
No doubt. I mean, you got to love competition. That always improves everybody, right? I mean, I think the best thing about 2019 is that there was tons of competition, right? I mean, you think about the competition that was going on: Justin Jefferson versus Derek Stingley, Derek Stingley versus Jamar Chase. Christian Fulton versus Jamar Chase, Christian Fulton versus Justin Jefferson, like Kayvon Chasson going against our offensive line. That kind of competition makes for the better with your team. And I don't know if y'all saw it on Jordy Collada or not, but Patrick Queen actually opened up about the fight that they had at practice with Joe Burrow. Talking about how they were legit fist fighting, and Joe was down there punching Patrick Queen, and I almost said McQueen, y'all. I'm such a dad. My son loves Lightning McQueen. So Patrick Queen, though, Patrick Queen literally punching that man in the stomach. I mean, that's competition like that. Iron sharpens iron, man. Right? You love to hear that. So that's great news. Yeah, exactly. Gant, Gant, what do you think about the little bit on basketball, real quick? We got some transfer updates, and then we'll hit a break, and then we'll come back and do some Tell Me TA. Gant, what's your thought on the hires or the hiring of Matt McMahon and his staff, and what do you make of this crazy transfer? The entire team is leaving. Now we got a rebuild situation.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I feel about the firing. It's still definitely not over Wade being gone, but
that was your boy. I know
it. With Coach Matt McMahon, I think everything you hear from him so far seems pretty well. I mean, he's got the resume. He went 31-2 this past year, and look at the last couple of years he's been at Murray State. He's been very good. And I think getting Justice Hill and Trey Hannibal and all of them here is huge. No telling what kind of sanctions we're going to be hit with, if any at all. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
Kansas just won a national championship with 5-1 violations. So
Yeah.
if they can do it, why can't we? But I think it was a good hire. It definitely sucks, though, losing all the 5-stars, Johan Traore, Julian Phillips, Devin Ree, all them, because that was going to be quite the team next year. Definitely one of the best
No
in the
doubt.
country. So it's just going to take a year or two to, I think, get back towards where we were. But I don't think it'll take too long. I think it'll take, 5-6 years. I think a year or two, I think Matt McMahon's going to have us where we need to be. So I think LSU basketball is still going to be heading the right direction. And, I think we got a solid coach. So future's bright.
I got to agree with you, man. I got to agree. I mean, as soon as we heard about the Will Wade firing, bless y'all's hearts. I know it broke you. I know it hit hard in the balcony. I know it was a sad day. Tears were probably shed, right? Memories started flowing through your minds. It was a sad day. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So I'll go easy on you guys, right? Let the man use the joint account to pay players. Anyways, moving on. Matt McMahon's a great coach, really. I think you're absolutely right. We're going to move in the right direction, and he's already having to rebuild this team. I feel like we're going to get maybe one guy back. These guys said they would consider LSU, which makes me think Matt McMahon has touched base, has made effort. I mean, it would be ludicrous to think he would have, to think that he would just be like, oh, well, they're transferring, they're gone, right? And make zero effort to keep them. That would be, really dumb. So we'll see. It looks like Brandon Murray, though, it was released that he was visiting Tennessee, Illinois, and Georgetown. I would not be surprised if he ended up at Georgetown with Kevin Nickelberry going there. Not sure about all that. I mean, he was visiting Knoxville, I believe it was yesterday or today, posted pictures of him in a Tennessee uniform. I wanted to absolutely puke. Made me absolutely sick to see that picture. It had one of those little slides about, rate what this looks like. Lowest. I said, so lowest. I mean, I just got to be honest. I mean, that's my first reaction. And I knew, typically when you see them Instagram story slides, immediately the average answer is the furthest slide, right? This was like near the middle. Like you saw the LSU fan effect in there. They did not like seeing him in a Tennessee uniform. It made me sick because Brandon Murray as a freshman averaged like 10 points a game. And dude, he has so much talent. I would love to have Brandon Murray back. I hate that he's leaving. That one's going to hurt. But you're going to have to build this team from the transfer portal. You got Kendall Coleman. You got Trey Hannibal. You got Justice Hill. KJ Williams is in the transfer portal of Murray State. And today you landed a commitment from a super athletic, kind of like a hyper athletic guard, Cam Hayes out of NC State. The stats don't pop off the chart. 7 points per game. I think he averaged 4 assists a game at NC State, about 27 minutes this past season. But he's the type of guard that McMahon seems to like. He's that hyper athletic, like John Morant type of player. So that was that was a great commit. I mean, as long as you right. I mean, you're gonna have to put a team together. And we have no idea what we're going to face. I mean, right now you're not going to land the best of the best, probably the top talent in the transfer portal, whatever it may be, because, hey, what's it going to look like whenever we hit sanctions? And Coach McMahon's got to say, I don't know, right? And that kind of negative recruits the situation. So it is what it is. But there's nothing you can do about that. That's just the situation. That's the cards you're dealt. We'll see what he does to put this team together. All right, let's hit a quick break here between these two segments. We got some Tell Me TA after these ads run. So y'all throw them in there. Hit some Tell Me TA. Ask Gant some questions. Ask us some questions. We're excited to answer all of your questions. By the way, quick update, and then we'll hit that break. The Tigers come up. They get one hit. 3 guys hit it all the way to the wall, but there's nothing to show for it. State is up in the bottom of the 8th, 2 outs already. So you got one chance left to get one run, and I think it's with the bottom of the lineup. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Tell Me TA right after this. Zach may be frozen, so we may not be hitting that break. As I have no control to hit that break. And it looks
Zach's
like
definitely frozen.
You gotta love it. I mean, man, this is authentic right here, man. I mean,
frozen Zach.
You better than this right here. I mean, golly. I mean, we're really live right now, right? I mean, you cannot.
Really live.
This is not a recorded podcast. So we can't go back and edit this now. So,
did you watch any of the Masters today?
There he goes.
Did you watch any of the Masters today?
Oh yes, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I've been watching the Masters like both days, like all day.
You love it.
I love it, bro. I love it. I love it, bro. I'm chomping at the bit to watch it every single day. I gotta admit, I had a church admin class. It's pretty boring, and I watched the Masters the whole class. I mean, I love it, dude. It's awesome. But it looks like it's about to get really boring because what's his name? Scheffler, number one, Scheffler, number one player in the world, took a 5-stroke lead today.
Yeah,
over anybody else in the entire tournament. So, I mean, we'll see if anybody. I mean, obviously he's got to play 2 more days, and he could have a terrible day tomorrow. But you can't but love to see what Tiger Woods has been doing. I mean, golly. I mean, awesome. He's in pain and stuff, but it's incredible. All right, that's enough Master talk. Yes, I've been watching the Masters. For anybody that wanted to know, in our last show, when we said we don't watch golf, I will be watching golf from now on. I absolutely love it. Shout out to the in-laws because golf is fun to watch. All right, we'll catch you right after this break. 5-Star Hero, your intro and outro music for the Tigers Avenue show. They ain't ready for that LSU. Go check out all his other music on all the major platforms. Don't forget to follow him on Instagram at Saints Anthem and at Twitter at One Nation Doty. Don't forget to check out his Facebook page for all his Saints and LSU merchandise. 5-Star Hero. Can't get any better than Sarah Klein Stevens, attorney at law. Her firm focuses on the needs of the elderly and maintaining their dignity throughout the process. Here for you, here for your family. Sarah Klein Stevens, attorney at law. All right. It's Tell Me TA time. It's Ask Gant time. Let's get it going. I don't see any in here, so
we got a good one.
Them in here. What you said? What, Zach?
We actually do got a good one. It's for Gant. It says Tell Me TA, but we're gonna have to let Gant take this question.
Okay. Throw it in there.
From one of our regulars, Oh Danny Girl, Tell Me TA. What is the story behind Balcony Bengals? Who and where and how did it begin? And are they primarily a basketball supporter?
So, I mean, I feel like I've told this story about a million times, but I mean, we're just a group of guys. We started during football season out on the balcony, just really yelling at LSU fans walking by, drinking, having fun, tailgating from our apartment. We started a Twitter account, just messing around, and I actually came up with a name one day. I kind of thought it was dumb, and I told the boys, and they were like, "Let's roll with it." So we made our banner, our sign, Twitter account, and then once basketball season started, we didn't really think it would turn into anything. We're just going crazy like we always do. And we start, getting reached out to by somebody, Nelson Hernandez, who's no longer with LSU. Nobody is really that reached out to us, but, except for Garrison Floyd, the video guy. He's, he reached out to us, but he was the first one. But they started reaching out to us, and it went from there. Kind of took off. Then Jordy sent us to Auburn, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
That was one of the coolest trips we've taken, and it's kind of taken off since then. And as far as being primarily basketball, we support all LSU teams, but definitely some burnout after the basketball season was a grind, and then once Will Wade gets fired, it definitely was a
brutal
punch in the gut. Yeah. So we've been kind of just chilling and enjoying the baseball season, not doing too much, kind of just going through it, watching the team, and ready for football season, do some tailgates. So
absolutely awesome story, man. We love the boys from the balcony, man. They've always been so welcoming to us. Look, guys, it is top of the ninth, 1-2. JT is up to bat. It's a 1-2 count. It's our last chance here. We'll keep you updated throughout it. Gotta love the Balcony Bengals story. Gotta love it. I mean, y'all popped off, and we started seeing it, and we started following it. We love the idea of what y'all are doing. Oh, that is so close on the line, man. That looked almost.
I guess I'm back to where you're at because I guess my feed has caught up.
Maybe officially the count on our TV is 0-1. So.
Oh man, y'all! I'll keep my mouth shut. Okay, I'll keep my mouth shut. Golly. Oh, okay. Anyways, so we got one more in there. Tell me, TA, how did y'all become LSU fans? Don't y'all live in Memphis? Yes, we. Oh, Danny girl, yeah, there it is. We do. Well, we don't live in Memphis, and I don't even live in South Haven anymore. South Haven is just south of Memphis, South Haven, Mississippi. You could literally throw a rock from South Haven to Memphis. It's that close. It is I guess you could say a suburb of Memphis, but South Haven is growing really fast because of that and becoming its own pretty big city. So why did we become LSU fans? It's really because our dad's always been an LSU fan. He grew up in South Mississippi and around Louisiana. He was actually born in Louisiana. And here's the story, guys. Here's the story. He lived in Mississippi, so he was trying to decide, Ole Miss, LSU. And he said, you know what? Ole Miss and LSU are about to play. Whoever wins this game and is who I'm going to be a fan of. And he could not choose Ole Miss. He felt like he couldn't choose Ole Miss because Ole Miss was so horrible all the time, and it seemed like LSU was better. So he let the game decide, and LSU won, and the rest is history. He's been an LSU fan ever since, and he raised us as LSU fans. So that's how we became LSU fans. Dad was born in Louisiana, grew up around it, and then ended up moving up to South Haven, and that's where we were born and raised, but we were born and raised LSU fans. So we love it. So that's the story of how we became LSU fans. Zach, did I leave any details out? Is that pretty much it?
I don't think so. But right now, I don't know where you're at, Reagan. 2 out so far. Travinsky up the bat. It'd be a great time for a Travinsky tank.
Yeah, you thought Pearson hit that one out, didn't you?
Definitely thought Pearson did that.
It looked good.
Everybody did.
Yeah, you always get that immediate you start leaning.
Come on,
and it goes up like that off the bat, man. Yeah. All right, y'all fire them in here. Tell me, TA. Tell me, TA. We need to see it. Danny and AYS in this thing. Oh, it's a party. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you commenting, Carter. Appreciate you joining in here.
Hey, Carter, I don't know if you could see. Oh, look, we'll just do it. Look. Oh, look, one fell off. I'm missing a top left one. I'm going to have to get better double-sided tape. But look at that. Look at that. I got all the cards in the background, supporting, repping the football card game or whatever you want to call it. So,
well, we got to tell me TA from Danny Grows again. I guess Danny's just going to take us away with
I know everybody's
nobody else participating. Everybody's watching the game because it's coming down the last few outs. Whoo! Whoo! All right. Let's see. Tell me, TA, which LSU hyped up transfer or recruit has been the biggest disappointment for you? Wow. Wow. Past or present. Jeez. Man. Brandon Harris?
Yeah, Brandon Harris.
Wasn't he like the number 2 quarterback in the nation coming in and big-time recruit out of Texas? I believe he was Mr. Texas football. Yeah, Brandon Harris is probably yeah, that's probably the biggest disappointment for me. Zach, what is your biggest disappointment recruit, past or present?
Here's what I want to say to that though. How much of that is because of the scheme and offense that was due to Les Miles?
Could have been, but it was still disappointing regardless.
Yes. By the way, since it fell down, I probably should show Carter. This is the Justin Jefferson gold cracked ice. Love it. Oh, I had a thought, but I don't know if I should share. I don't know if I should share.
You done did it now. You done did it now.
So a lot of this is due to the locker room in the last 2 years. A lot of this is due to it's like they're having fun in there right now in this game.
Look at Nancy.
So I'm going to say this, and I'm probably going to get a bad reaction. Okay. Derek Stingley.
Oh, don't! I knew you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it.
Here's my opinion. We had the first off, there was so much hype. Reagan is going berserk over there. There was a lot of hype. What am I missing? Oh, okay. If I'm wearing
keep a mouth shut, we'll let Gant watch it.
So there was obviously a lot of hype around Derek Stingley, and obviously you had the 2019 season, which was awesome. I mean, one of the best seasons we have watched, a cornerback, outside of, like Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson, Mo Claiborne, Tre'Davious White. Obviously, there's a lot. That's why you're DBU. But one of the better seasons that we've watched as of late, with a corner, and really impressive. Obviously, the guy's a top talent. I'm not saying by any means that he has been a letdown, talent-wise, because Derek Stingley is a top 5 talent. Now, he may not go top 5 in the draft, but he is that type of talent.
Oh, no doubt.
Brandon.
No doubt.
Is that Brandon and Eli?
Yeah, we're hearing live reaction to
that is Brandon in the background
from the Balcony Boys.
Like a little girl.
We love it.
Balcony Bengals.
So
it's okay. It's okay. I understand, man.
Because of all that hype and because of everything that was happening, I was really expecting us to see just an overall great career from him, and we just didn't. He dealt with injury and he dealt with locker room turmoil the last 2 seasons. Of course, he had to have surgery this past year. So I know that's probably not a really popular take.
Yeah.
But and also because we got to actually see like a really good season from him. Like we actually got to see the talent that he had on the field. What happened? Did I miss? Okay, then. Okay.
You just gasped.
Come on. I thought we had runners at different positions. Or at different bases. So I thought, anyways.
Gant, y'all need to catch up.
Y'all need to catch up.
Y'all need to catch up so I can react.
That we need to catch up.
Gosh. Come on, Tigers. Come on, Tigers. They're due for a
pull it out.
One,
pull it out.
Oh!
Zach, you're. Hey, you're. Hold up. Let's go! Live reaction from TA. Gant's finna get his reaction here in a second. Hey, we need a live reaction, Gant. Live reaction.
Right, ball to the backstop. Ball to the backstop just now.
What? Oh my gosh! Ball to the backstop. Oh my god! Y'all so far behind. Oh my gosh!
I'm losing it.
Oh my gosh! Hey, turn around. Get her. All right, tell me, TA.
Yeah,
this is all right. Tell me, TA is over. This is how we're gonna end the show. Turn it around here. Live reaction. Here we go. Let's go.
What's up, guys?
Let's
see
go.
Miles. I see Eli. Is that Eli?
That's Eli. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, boys.
I knew it.
Let's go.
Yes.
Hey, perfect timing. Perfect timing. Hold on.
Let's go. The Trey Morgan edit. Let's go.
I had to put it in there.
Let's go. All 2 outs. Not a single base runner. We get a walk. We get a hit by pitch, a wild pitch, and a base hit to bring them both in from Trey Morgan. You gotta love it. Live reaction right here on TA.
Trey Morgan. I've got to tweet that.
Love it. Let's go.
So while we're transitioning pictures here, we got to get Gant's answer to the question that
your most disappointing, hyped up recruit, past or present.
Most disappointing recruit, past or present. One that just comes to mind, Savion Smith. Was he like he was like a 5-star corner? I just remember like being like in high school, just so excited about Savion Smith. I think he was out of Florida, and probably Eli Ricks as well. Those kind of similar guys. At least Eli Ricks had a couple years of good play, or I guess 1 year and whatever COVID, but yeah, Savion Smith was pretty upsetting. He didn't do anything as a top-rated recruit and then transferred to Bama and didn't do anything there. So, yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't care what people say about the whole, student athletes. Okay, I get it. You want the best for the student athletes. Obviously, I want the best for student athletes. But how dare you go to Alabama? How dare you?
Yeah.
And I hope to the Lord on high that Kayshon Boutte burns that man this year in Death Valley in front of 102,000 fans. I want to see Eli Ricks get burnt. I want to see it. That would be the I don't care. That would top everything. That would be the cherry on top to see Eli Ricks get burnt by K. Boutte in Death Valley.
Can we get like a little bit of a like deja vu type, like, when Jamar Chase went over Diggs, we talked about it in our last show. Like, can we get a little bit of by the way, Danny Girl, they had 2 outs. Nobody on. They walked Travinsky. What happened with the next guy? I wasn't.
They walked Travinsky. Josh Stevenson got hit.
Josh Stevenson got
Wild
hit.
Pitch advanced him.
Wild pitch advanced from the second and third, and then Trey Morgan comes up with an absolutely
screaming in that
base hit, and now it is 3-2. They had to go switch pitchers. Oh my! There's another one. Is that gone?
Hey. No!
Ah!
Yeah, that's what you get for screaming at our dugout. How do you even stare at us now? You want to stare down now? You want to stare down now? Who wants to stare us down now? Who wants to stare down now? Who wants to scream at our dugout now? What's up, cut? 5-run inning. 5-run inning, boy. You want to stare at our dugout? Or stare at our dugout? Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, my gosh.
Cruise missile. 5-2, baby. Let's go. Woo! This is just a companion show now. This is just a watch LSU baseball show now. Let's go. We're staring at our dugout. What's up, bud?
We're still waiting over here. We're still waiting. The delay.
Woo! That ball gone, boy. That ball gone.
Oh, my goodness. He threw it back. The state fans threw it back.
Yes. That's what you get. That's what you get. Woo, that's sweet. Sweet revenge. That's sweet revenge. That's sweet revenge. Woo. Let's go.
You love to see that.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Zach, are you
TV?
No.
Sorry.
I'm in my khakis.
He said I'm in my khakis.
Zach from State Farm.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're gonna have to. I know the show's gonna run long, but hey, y'all tweet it out.
Oh.
I know it's gonna be a long show probably.
Whoo!
Oh gosh.
Again, you'll stick on to the end of the show. I guess we're gonna do a companion show here.
Yeah.
No way.
Y'all, it's the top of the ninth, Danny girl. Top of the
We
ninth.
just switched. We switched from ESPN app to YouTube TV, so maybe we'll catch up a little bit.
No way. No way.
Let's go.
Okay.
Double that bounces over the wall. Ground rule double. Berries at second base. Woo! Man, they just needed us to turn the show on. Is what?
Oh yeah.
Turn the show on.
We missed the Barry double, but I think we're caught up.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. If you're in the chat right now, we got 4 people. Hey, y'all share this. Tell people to come in here. We're gonna have a reaction at the end of the show here. Obviously, y'all have seen our live reaction, which has been awesome. Hey, Aiden Phillips, I got to tell you something, man. You got to do the hashtag Tell Me TA. You got to do hashtag Tell Me TA. This is interesting. While we're still watching the game, K. Doty up the bat. 2022 football record prediction. Oh,
Gant, you got any predictions? Football predictions?
I'm feeling like a 9-3, 10-2. I hate to be like that guy that doesn't say we're going to go 15-0 with that championship.
No.
But I think with the talent, I think with the transfer portal, I totally mean that we go 9-3, 10-2. I think you have as a successful year, win a bowl game, bringing a top 5 class and turn it up for next year. So
I gotta agree. I'm gonna say 9-3.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 9-3. A solid year. I think you get to 10 wins with a bowl win, and considering how we had to rebuild this team with transfers, that's a pretty solid year. Year 1 for Brian Kelly. Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Yeah, so since y'all both went 9-3, I'll be a little bit more. I know. I don't want to hear that, but let me tell y'all something.
We don't know what you said, brother. You cut out there. You're cutting out.
Can y'all hear me?
You're lagging a little bit.
Can you hear me?
What was your record prediction? We missed it.
Yeah. Run it back. Run that back.
I'm gonna say 8-4, and here's why. There's a lot of games that are toss-ups. There's a lot of games. Y'all can't hear me.
We hear you. You just keep freezing.
Okay.
Finish it.
So you have the Tennessee game worries me. The Arkansas game worries me. The Ole Miss game worries me. Obviously, Bama. And then A&M, we'll see. A&M is A&M, but we'll see. And then also another game that worries me a little bit that y'all going to be like, oh, no way, Zach, is State. And here's why. Will Rogers is in his 3rd year, and Will Rogers is a good quarterback. I know State is not a great team.
But it's in Death Valley.
Good quarterback. It's in Death Valley.
But it's in Death Valley.
That's why I am going to pick LSU to win that game.
Give me LSU.
But I think you probably lose to Bama, obviously. I think you lose to Bama, and LSU apparently is just never really good whenever they play Alabama at home. I don't know why. It would always beat them in Tuscaloosa, and they always beat us here. But it is what it is. So, man, I'm so pumped about this game. I'm just so pumped. Anyways, so I think you lose to Bama. I think you lose to Ole Miss. I think you lose to Arkansas. And then I think you potentially lose to Tennessee or A&M. I'm going to split the Tennessee and A&M games. Because I think Tennessee is going to be – yeah, Hendon Hooker's great. I mean, talk about Will Rogers, Hendon Hooker's good. And, I think Tennessee is probably the sleeper team. Paul Gervais, yes, sir! They brought in Paul. Let's go. I love Paul Gervais.
Hey, what's going on with your mic? You need to adjust that gain or something. You keep every time it starts crackling.
I'm clapping.
No, it's when you say stuff like a certain way. It starts going to crackling.
I don't know.
All right,
us here at this house.
Update here. Crap. It's bottom of the 9th. We're up 5-2. No outs. State is up to bat. Paul Gervais in the pitch to close the door. Golly.
Top three
three
Mobile players. Ooh, that's a great question. Alex Bregman's got to be up there.
Alex Bregman, Aaron Nola,
Yeah.
and
DJ
Kevin Gautreaux.
Current or all time?
DJ LeMahieu.
Oh, DJ LeMahieu too. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Al Landry, give us a quick update. Yeah, thank you. Al Landry must be on
Strikeout.
live cable because we are not. We're on streams.
Let's go. Let's go.
And guess by who? Your boy, Paul Gervais.
Mr. Paul. Mr. 6'10". Yeah, guys, we're gonna close the show out. 2 more outs, and we're gonna close it out. All time. I mean, I honestly don't know much about his MLB career, but yeah, like you said, Ben McDonald. I mean, he first number 1 pick in the draft, right, at the Baltimore Orioles. Yeah. So Ben McDonald all time. I don't know who else. Man, what a turnaround!
Them stands are starting to empty, are they not?
Yeah. I
don't
know where they're going because I've been to Starbucks. There ain't
love
nothing there.
And Ray, I got to agree with you. After the stare down and the yell at our dugout, you so absolutely deserve it. You deserve it.
The baseball guys don't like it. They don't like that kind of stuff.
Can't unwritten rules, bro. Don't you dare stud down our dugout, boy. Don't you dare.
Respectfully walk back to your own dugout and celebrate with you.
I won't be. Y'all know the video of the kid who's reacting to the video game.
Wait, what? What?
Y'all know that?
Wait, what? Say what? Wait.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Now, I know that I can't say it because there's a lot of explicitives. Okay, but.
Yes. I know what you're talking about now.
Yes,
I know what you're talking about now.
That's what I feel like right now.
That's the feeling.
Like towards the state dugout.
Yes.
That's what I'm doing.
Man, you love it right now. One more out, and we will close the show on a W.
Al Landry with
Let's go.
Let's go. We're have to clip the live reactions because those are 1,000% going to be posted probably on Saturday, probably tomorrow.
A little TA shorts going on.
Yeah, we're gonna hope y'all are enjoying those. Release some TA shorts this week.
Real quick, guys. Real quick, Gant, we really appreciate you joining in. I know it took a while to get you on here. A lot of time changes and whatnot. You know, that's mostly on us, but it's the way it goes. Life happens. But we appreciate you joining in. Go follow everything, all social media at Balcony Bengals. Go follow them. Go hit
check
them
us
up.
out. Instagram, everything. Twitter. Subscribe to YouTube. We haven't posted a YouTube video in about a month.
There you go. Subscribe, follow, like, share. Game over. Tigers win, baby. Tigers win. Let's go. Clutch win, fellas. Hey, what a show to have with Gant on here. We come on here dejected.
Good luck.
We come on here dejected, sad. We were sad like the Balcony Bengals when Will got fired. We were sad as a mug, and then they come in here and clutch it up. They clutched it up. I'm sorry, bring up the pain again. I know it's painful, sore subject. I get it.
Reggae, you're dirty for that. You were dirty for that.
I know. It's all jokes. I loved Will Wade too. I loved him to death. You loved his energy.
He definitely did.
Hey, also, one more thing for everybody. All 68 of my followers on Twitter. I'm not actually upset at the Balcony Bengals. I'm not actually upset at the Balcony Bengals when I say it was their fault for whatever. It's an inside joke that a lot of people say it's the Balcony Bengals' fault for a lot of things when it's really not. So I just got to throw it out there every now and then. It's definitely the Balcony Bengals' fault that all the players left and transferred. It's definitely Balcony Bengals' fault that Will Wade got fired. And it's their fault that we sucked at the end of the year. We
ratted them out to the NCAA.
Yeah. Exposed everything. Exposed everything. Man, what a way to end the show. Zach, let's hit a quick break. We'll come back and close the show out. Go follow Balcony Bengals on everything. Gant, we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah, appreciate y'all having me.
Make sure you go follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, all at Tigers Avenue, for daily updates on the show and all things LSU sports. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to click off and hit that subscribe button at Tigers Avenue. We broadcast all of our shows live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Guys, we want to encourage you to go and check out our website at tigersavenue.podbean.com. You can find the playlist to our YouTube as well as all of our latest episodes on the front page. If you go to the pages link, you can find 5-Star Heroes merch and all of his beats that are available on Apple Music and Spotify. If you go to our sponsors, you can see all of the sponsors that support Tigers Avenue and check out all of their info. If you check out the Tiger Times page, you can go and see all of our games that we've attended at Alex Box Stadium, Tiger Stadium, and the PMAC through the years. And if you click on the support page, you can go and find the QR codes for our Cash App and our PayPal to support Tigers Avenue. Again, all of this you can find at tigersavenue.podbean.com.
Yes! Yes! What a way to end the show with a Tiger W. You gotta love it. AD, I see a comment there, the Avenue crew. AD, I know you missed most of the show, but you can go back and watch this show on all of your podcast platforms. We edited it down a little bit. You know, it's a little bit of cut and edited version, but if you want to, you can go back and check them all out on any of your preferred podcast selections. And you can also go watch the video version on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook as well. We appreciate y'all for an awesome show. Gant, we appreciate you joining us for Friends Friday. We'll catch you next time in the Tigers Avenue. 5-Star Hero, take us out. Peace.
Who that 5-star? Who that 5-star? And the LSU Tigers, LSU Tigers.